Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Morning, Leo.
Morning, Chris. Good morning, vlog.
Good morning, vlog. It's alright, no one can hear you because everyone's on my audio here. Welcome back to Akuna. So last week we followed Jesse up the climb. He went really fast and he went really hard, but we're going to try something today. So last week he was on his training wheels, specifically his training tyres. I thought today, pull out the race wheels and see what kind of difference it does. So very similar conditions, as you can tell. Yeah, we'll just see. I have no idea what this is going to be like. I have no idea what effect these wheels will have. Specifically going really from normal clinchers to tubeless. All right, let's see if I can hold his wheel. That's the main problem here.
Okay, no mucking about this morning, guys. Let's get straight into this. So, like I suggested here, what I'm really interested to see is the comparison in times across really similar efforts. So, we're hoping to make this pretty much exactly the same as last week and see what the differences are. I should sort of stress probably straight off the bat here that I kind of bullied Jesse into doing this. This is him doing a number of efforts up this, so it's not him sort of Strava doping here to try and get himself a KOM. Far from it. I'm forcing him to run the race wheels, run the race tyres for a vlog. And thankfully, he was up for the challenge. So, guys, we've got some pretty similar metrics on the screen. Far right bottom is his instant power. Next to that is 30-second power. Speed I've kind of enlarged a bit because we'll do a few comparisons, and obviously the lap time up the top. He's not riding particularly to try and beat it. He is quite simply looking at his power from last week, trying to match it, and he's going to be doing some extra efforts today. So it's not about sort of raising that from any stretch, which I kind of thought was a good chance then to see if we can do a comparison. Now, from our perspective, we're going to break this into 4 parts. The bottom part being the sort of flat, undulating part. The second part being the climb, which we're on now. Third part being the middle rollers. And the last part being the sort of last drive to the Terry Hills Tyre Shop at the top. Now, we've hit the climb, and we've already hit the climb at, really interestingly, 15 seconds in front of last week. Now, that's, as you can see, the lap time there has only just clicked over to 5 minutes. It's approximately going to be sort of 18, 19, 20 minutes. We've already got 15 seconds on last time. Unfortunately, this is something that, and I'm really hoping that everything is okay. Here on the right-hand side, you can see someone's just had a little spill. I just want to highlight that corner. Anyone who knows Akuna Bay or is in Sydney, new to riding, please, if you are descending that side of Akuna in the morning in the wet, it is an off-camber corner. Please be careful. I do certainly hope that fella there is okay. There were a few ambulances, and you'll probably see them coming the other direction as we go further along, but fingers crossed he is okay. I did notice that he was sort of up and moving at the time we went past. Anyway, back to the effort, guys, and what's interesting here in comparison is the time up the climb is actually another 15 seconds faster. So very similar power to what Jesse was doing last time. And it's interesting from the perspective of sitting on his wheel here. This felt harder. Now, it felt harder. Obviously, I was on race wheels last week, and I'm on race wheels this week. He's on race wheels this week, not last week. So just the fact we are going faster is actually much harder to sit on, even if he's putting out effectively the same power. Now, let's move into the rollers section, because that's really where it starts to pull away. I really wanted to pull this part out. It's the last little pinch before a drop down. Now, looking at last week's effort, Jesse dropped below 20 kilometers an hour coming up this particular part. And I'll be interested to see. I want to play this bit through and see if he does drop below 20. Now, there was a period where he sat around 19 for about sort of 10 seconds or so. So I'll be interested to see if he does drop down or he gets over this crest above 20. Well, I can tell you right now he's going to stay above 20 because we are over it and we are punching. You can already see him start to drive the power down through the other side. You can see there, so we've saved a couple of kilometers an hour on that pinch, on that climb part, which is what's effectively going to make you faster. And now this is a downhill part of the effort, and you can, yeah, this is sit on and let's roll, hey? I might play this through, actually. So it's a few people commented last week on the flapping jersey and how you could possibly go faster for times and things like that. Yes, look, I made sure that he ran a very similar setup to last week, all the way down to the flappy jerseys. I wasn't chasing any aero advantage on the kit or anything like that. If you do, I will point this out. If you do hear it, I think my one roll here is on your right. I think anyone who's in the area and they can hear the on your right, it's probably me. I don't have many breaths left normally during this period, so if it is a bit of a shout, then I do apologise, but I think it's kind of my one roll in these circumstances. So once again, I didn't let him off the leash to go and try and sprint for it in the end. We're trying to, well, he's obviously trying to hit a pretty similar number to what he was last time, and he's doing multiple efforts. But it was interesting talking to him afterwards. He kind of said that it didn't feel any faster, which is interesting, actually, I kind of thought. So we'll see what the end result is, but just purely based on feel, he's kind of thought it was a similar enough effort, which is, I suppose, kind of what we were hoping for.
Kind of interesting, isn't it? Really interesting, I thought. Not particularly surprising, but interesting enough. I didn't expect them to be that much faster, but they just are. And it's interesting, like, when I put the video up about the tubeless flats, right? And people were just like, oh, it seems like a faff, blah, blah, blah. And my kind of comeback in the vlog after that was just, well, I'm not actually doing it because it's less of a faff. I'm doing it because they're faster. That's why. Like, I'm willing to learn how to do the tubeless changing and all that kind of stuff. Not because I think it's going to save me punctures, but because the wheel's faster. It's a real Sydney road, that. Like a real Sydney climb, and same power, exactly the same pretty much, and just faster. And I can tell you right now, not only faster, but more comfortable. Yeah, look, I should mention, what are the tubeless tyres that we're using? They're the Maxxis High Road tubeless ready tyres. This particular one right here is the one that you saw me change in a vlog not that long ago. I'll put it up there, but look at this, right? So it's still legitimately, you know, that's it now. We're real time. So we are, that's a real-time wear report from, you can gauge the day I put that tyre on to this day right now, and how they're looking. And those of you that follow me on Strava can see how many Ks they've done so far. And we all do it, don't we? We do that thing of like, you know, you're feeling good, I'll have a crack at a segment, and it's like this major disappointment that you go out and it's like, hang on, I thought I flew up that. I'm like, that's my third fastest time? What? It's again the value of having power as a training tool, as opposed to, and I know there's loads of people that do this, me normally being one of them, is they almost use Strava segments as their training tool. So it's like, oh, you know, I'm coming good because, you know, I'm going faster on this particular segment. It's interesting how many variables there are in a segment that will kind of cloud that. Maybe that's not massively surprising, but I didn't realize it'd be that dramatic. Quick Catherine riding update. Pretty much just rides her bike. Now, took her a while to learn, like, starting and stopping and turning around, but it was nothing we did. We just tended to come down here a lot, and seeing other kids do it, especially seeing her mates do it, all of a sudden it was like just twigged, which, yeah, was clearly a nice little trick. So yeah, it's interesting. I think next phase actually might be, she struggles obviously with a little bit of incline and that kind of stuff, so we're starting to get the concept of the gears. Go, Kiri! Good work, Kiri the Bell. Good work, Kiri the Bell. Good girl. Super work. Next step will be Kiri without training wheels, which the biggest draw card for Kira to lose the training wheels will be they've started racing, the two of them, and she's realising she can't go as fast as Catherine. I reckon that's the best step. Alright, we'll head into the park, guys.
Get my helmet off, please.
Yep. Put it against the wall like that. And you got to make sure it's in the big ring. Put your chain ring that way. Cool. Catherine's like, what are you talking about? Guys, I'm going to hang out a bit more with the kids. Had a heap of fun with that today. I should mention, thank you very much for the birthday wishes during the week. And I should also say this. I'm terrible on Instagram, guys. I know a lot of you message me directly on Instagram. Look, I'm just bad at it. It's just I don't actually like that platform as a chat thing. So the best option, seriously, is the YouTube comments because I'm engaged in that. Okay. But yeah, obviously, if it's a personal thing, throw it in Instagram, and I'll eventually get to it. I promise. I don't know where they've gone. Maybe see you tomorrow. Maybe see you later in the week. Take care, guys. See you now. Where did they actually go? Did they go that way or that way? Right, so this is interesting. This may be on the nightly news. Bye bye.